Hi, okay, so we are going to do the teacher training for energy profiling, and you will need to purchase three things. You will need to purchase the G.E.M program. G.E.M stands for Genuine Engagement Mode. You'll need to purchase the binder literature, and you'll need that throughout the whole training. So this video is just going to be focused on energy profiling, but you will need this is going to be like a guideline for all of your training videos with me. The second thing you'll need to purchase, and you can find this on Amazon, is The Child Whisperer by Tuttle. This is going to be your guide for this video and for the lecture, the Zoom lecture that goes with this video. So you'll definitely want to purchase that. You don't necessarily need it for this video, but you will for the online Zoom lecture, okay? And then the third book that you'll need to get for future training videos is From Trauma to Resiliency. And you can also purchase that on Amazon as well. I will put all of this in the video description so that you have that and you can get prepared. So just a little bit about energy profiling. It can sound a little bit weird, different. It was created by Tuttle. She has her master's in energetics, and it's such a great pair for the G.E.M program because G.E.M focuses on observation, assessment, and intervention for parents, for teachers, for children who are neurodivergent, children that are typical divergent children, neurotypical. So what this means is that this book was such a aha moment for me during my research. As a parent, I use it in every aspect of my career. So what energy profiling is basically observing your child's natural movement, natural behaviors, but it also it does it in their natural environment. It does it in social environments. And what it does, it's a beautiful, you're not necessarily going to read it from front to back. You might want to, but it's actually divided into 4 sections. And the idea is that everybody has 4 different energies, right? There's 4 different energy types. And typically, most of us have one dominant type. And different stages in our life, which is called finding our truth. That's when we're most comfortable. You'll see our natural energies, and you'll see it because we're happy and we're successful, and whether that's being a child or whether that's being an adult. And so what this does for us is it really helps us articulate each energetic type. So if you are observing a child that is struggling in school, you're struggling with them at home, and you're like, gosh, I haven't had this many problems with my other children. Like we know, all children are different, whether they are siblings or in a classroom. They do not come one and the same. But with that being said, I actually started using this in my teaching arena and brought it home and really started to divulge in it. And I actually brought it home for my children, and we all read it together. I helped them type each other, and it really gave them an awareness of who each other was so that they could respect each other's truth, which is their natural energies, because they were all so different. And it really helped my husband and I change our parental strategies for our oldest son, who just needed to be seen a little bit differently. So this is going to be such an amazing tool for you. I hope that you purchase it. You will definitely need it for the lecture and for ongoing training. But this is actually one of the 7 elements that I use in G.E.M. And so I talk about it a lot. You can see how loved my book is. I use it daily. There are so many parents that I have bought this book for in different programs that I've been in. I think I'm now over 100 copies bought and given away because it's such a great book. Psychologists use this book, counselors. It's just a really great way to help articulate what you see in your child, and whether that's a child at home or that's a child in your classroom. So you will not be disappointed getting this book. Tuttle also has many videos to help you understand a little bit better and how to facilitate it in your home and in your classroom. But I don't think it's going to be, it's not a very hard read. You're going to look at it and go, oh my gosh, this is so interesting. And you're right away going to pick up on some of the things that you observe in your child's natural energy and how they move and how they behave. Now, with that being said, I want to give you permission to not know everything right off bat. You're going to want to figure it out, and it's not a marathon, it's a journey. So please do not take the expectation of you away having to know everything. I've had parents come back and forth and go, man, I really thought they were this, but now I'm having difficulty and I'm not seeing where they are, and I'm really frustrated. It's not about that. It's about observing your child more in their natural habitat, their behaviors, taking away the expectation a little bit. This talks a lot about negative labels and what we need to replace them with as far as just positive descriptive words of our children's behavior and their natural characteristics. And it will really help you not necessarily label them, but understand how I, as a parent or an educator, can really foster their development, hinder their development also. And it also taught me like what my type is and to be okay with that, and to then look at how am I parenting my child to make them behave this way. So across the board, you're going to learn a lot, but like I said, you're not going to figure it out overnight. I hope that you find it really interesting and fun. So the first thing I want you to do, the first exercise, is I want you to get with the training binder, you actually get like a journal, because I'm a note taker and I think that it's really useful to do that, whether you journal or take notes or never use it again. Get something that has multiple pages in it, because you want something that is going to all be in one place, so you can go back and review and just have it all in one spot. So in your first page, whatever book you decide to have, spiral notebook or whatever, I want you to write down if there's a particular child that you are interested in applying this with. Maybe there's a child in your classroom that you're really trying to get to know better. Maybe there's a child in your home that is struggling with the way you're parenting, or they're conflicting with your other children at home. So the first child that you're gonna do that, and you might want to do this with all your children, that's totally up to you, is write down 6 descriptive words that you just see this child, you think of them, and this is what you, this is how you would describe your child to someone else that didn't know them. Okay, then you're going to do a second column, and you're going to write down 6 descriptive words of what you've heard other people say about your child. For example, my youngest is all over the place. I hear that he is respectful, but I hear that he just won't sit still. So those are kind of things that, whether they're positive or negative, just write them down. Okay, so that's the first. You're going to write those down on your first page. Then you're going to turn the page, and you're going to tell yourself, just journal. It could be notes, sentences, a paragraph, however way you note take. Write down some things that are challenging. Are they challenging in your home? Are they challenging at school? Are you having a hard time articulating messages to parents, other co-teachers, the child themselves, your spouse at home, your partner, as far as like in that, or it could even be outside of the parenting realm. So those are what you're gonna look at, because those are going to be something that we can go back to and review and go, oh, okay, this is going to be something that I can go back to and change my approach and change my articulation. It's really helpful if you have that information set aside and already. Okay. The other thing I really love about this book is that it gives you not just descriptive and explains very well where their energy is at, what makes their energy that, but it also gives us parenting strategies on how to approach each different energy type. So I'm just going to give you the 4 different energy types, and you can start your reading, and we will reconvene in our training Zoom. Okay, so the 4 different types of energy are, I mean, just look at the book, I could just tell you. So the first one is fun-loving, and I am a type 1, a fun-loving person. I always need things to be fun, If they're not, I get a little bit anxious. There's lots of different characters that play into that, but that's the first one, fun-loving child, and you'll see this a lot, of course, in younger children, but they definitely stand out because they're always moving and they always are looking for, you know, the joking and the class clown and that kind of thing. The second type is the sensitive type. They seem to sometimes fall under the radar because they are quieter. They're kind of sometimes the last person in line, distracted by the air. The third type is the determined child. And this is the child that just is not like any other child. Like they are determined to get what they want. And whether that is in power struggles, whether you experience that in really creativeness, they're really dynamic kids, and they can get caught up in the negative labeling of all the things that we hear in the classroom. So I'm definitely going to have you spend a lot of time on that one as well. And then there's the fourth child, or the fourth energy, and that is the serious child. The rule follower, the child that is a people pleaser. They're very serious, and you might hear that and go, "Oh no, that's not my child." But once you start to read the behaviors and such, you'll find your child's dominant energy within all these other different energies that we have. And the point of this is so that we can foster their development in the right way so that they feel the most comfortable and successful, and that people see them and accept them for who they are so that they can be successful now as they're growing as well as an adult. So I hope this video was a little bit more informative, getting you started in your first, well, this might not be your first training video, but this is I think this is the 7th element. So whether this is your first training video with me or a 7th one, get reading. Can't wait to see you in the Zoom. And don't forget to process, play, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.